OMG. Hey, DK, take a look at the Alex Martinez to Las Vegas Golden Knights. Absolutely going to happen, possibly happen, maybe it doesn't happen. Trade. Well, the fact that Martinez isn't playing tonight suggests that it's going to happen. And wow, old Mr. Blake suddenly has gotten active, huh? You know, he seemed to be on the nostalgia tour there for a while, and obviously he got off that boat because it's slice and dice. Personally, I'm happy about it. I think if you're going to rebuild, you need to commit to the damn thing. Embrace the suckitude. And you do that by getting guys out, getting picks, and you get a whole gaggle of guys. If you look at the Kings prospects and picks and everything, they've got about 30 now. So you got to figure about half will flame out. And if the other half turn into the next core, then we'd be pretty happy. Yeah, I know it sucks, but you know, in a cap era, you just can't go out and sign everybody you want. You got to go through these kinds of things. And so I commend him for doing it. Again, traditionally, not a Rob Blake fan. I do have to say, though, there's certain ruthlessness that's going on here. And the fact that he doesn't really seem to care about trading people in division, there's a definite Hextall flavor to this. Now, as a Flyers fan, of course, they went sort of through this about 5 years ago when Hextall became the GM. And I have to tell you, old Ron was not a empathetic figure. He was slicing and dicing, and he didn't care what you had done for the Flyers or anything. One of the great faces I've ever seen, and yes, I said faces, was Braden Shen. Braden Shen was playing for the Flyers at the time, and he was a first line center, bouncing between first and second line, but he was starting to really, show his potential and everything else. And out of the blue, Hextall traded him to the Blues for 2 first-round picks. And obviously it worked out well for Shen. But you should have seen the interview when the media caught up to him. That was a man. I haven't seen a shocked face like that didn't involve blood in a long time. He was, you want to talk about floored. He had no idea it was coming, and it was pretty amazing. And you certainly get the feel that Blake's, developed a little harder edge here. And good. My only complaint is this didn't happen last year. When things went sideways last year's trade deadline, they should have been moving these guys so that they could have brought in, the picks and exercised them this past summer. But, at this point, that's just minor bitching. What about the return? The return's kind of interesting. So the 2 second-round picks, that's pretty much what everybody expected, I think. I know there's some people saying, get a first. Alex is a very solid defender, not exactly a Norris Trophy winner. He'll definitely help the Knights, but not sure he really measures out that highly. The other interesting thing about it, though, is the guy's coming back because there's going to be a player to make the cap space work. So there's probably going to be Cody Eakins, it sounds like. And Eakins wasn't a bad player that long ago. He used to score around 20 goals a year for 2 or 3 years there. And then I think he got injured. I don't follow the Knights, obviously, but something happened to him. And this year he's only got 4 goals in 40 games, which suggests he's missed a good bit of time. And I imagine given the forward lineup that the Knights have, he's probably had a problem getting back into the lineup, or certainly back into the lineup and getting any serious time on ice. So it might be interesting to see, when he comes to the Kings, obviously, a lot of openings amongst the forward group. See, get him some good ice time going and see if he can, maybe produce a bit, if nothing else, possibly become a bridge, over the next couple of years until a lot of the young elite prospects come up. So don't view him as just a throwaway. He might be something more. Then again, he might totally suck and they cut him. Who knows? The other thing about Eakins that's perhaps more important is the man is a ginger and has traditionally worn a tremendous mullet. I'm talking, there are some pictures that it would reduce some serious rednecks to tears. I mean, we are talking a masterful mullet. Barry Melrose hangs his head in shame kind of a mullet. So you figure we put him on a line with Wagner, and we get Wagner into the mullet game. It could be epic. Imagine 2 fierce mullets coming down the ice at the goalie. The fear. But anyways, so it looks like Alex is on his way. Jazz hands. It's going to be rough. going to be rough watching him go, because every time you see that replay of Kings winning the cup, as the shot comes in, ricochets off the soft, pillowy pads of Henrik, the King with no clothes, Lundqvist, out to Marty. Marty places it directly into the net. I like to watch it in slow motion because you can actually see Henrik's head kind of drop towards the ice and his soul split in two. It's a beautiful thing. And, he dies there. Most overrated goalie in the history of hockey. The only way it could have been worse with Lundqvist is if he had played for the Canadiens. They literally would have been sacrificing babies at center ice before games to him. I mean, my God. Yeah, he looks good in a suit. He dresses well. But dear God, the guy is not the saint of goalies. I mean, that finals, I thought Quick easily outplayed him. So, anyways, forgive the rant. Alex Martinez, thank you for your service. So let me know what you think of the trade. Good, bad, and different. At this point, you passed out 3 days ago. Let me know below. Geek out.